This is Cindy with Quantum Kaleidoscope. Hope you are doing well and having a great weekend, depending on when you watch this. So I'm going to do a Scorpio Celtic cross as we are now in Scorpio season. Okay, so this is about deep transformation, deep emotions, deep connections. This is Scorpio's all about, the underworld and, you know, like birth, death, and resurrection kind of thing, the whole kind of cycle of life, sex, the things that we, do at night. So the sun went into Scorpio, I guess 2 days ago, on the 22nd, so I'm doing this reading on the 24th, but like always, they are timeless, so whenever you're drawn to watch this, there should be a message for you. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross, but I'm also going to pull some oracle cards. But yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Getting ready for Halloween if it's happening in your area. There is a blue moon. Exciting. Okay, and Saturn goes direct on the 29th. There's a lot of kind of exciting things happening, though Mercury's still retrograde, so everything about, reviewing, things returning, definitely things from the past, things that are being brought up for you to address things, Anyway, so I'm going to jump right into it, because I do expect to be interrupted by my parents soon with a coffee, and they got a new car, so I'm going to see that. Anyways, so what messages can we give to those that are drawn to watch this video? What can we help them to know to help them stay in highest vibration and on their truth path? Okay, what will help them throughout Scorpio season, but what also will help them in the moment? Okay, hope you're doing well. What can we say? So, yeah, this card here, and we got two that came here. Okay. Hoping for one, but it is what it is, and I can never not look at the bottom of the deck too. So what's this? Strength. I definitely did have these all the same directions start, but we have strength that is in reverse, in the bottom. Okay, but it's in the I really take this as that, like, okay, maybe there was at some point where, you felt like you didn't have the strength, or that, like, you were just really tired, okay? But, like, now I do know that this did go upright, okay? Field of Dreams. So maybe you're getting some kind of strength right now because you know that anything is possible, you kind of see that like harvest in the distance, whatever the case is, that bounty, Okay, and so what are these? Okay, we have movement and talisman. Okay. So I do feel that, okay. So if something's happened recently in the past, which of course there's been so much happening in the world, of course something is happening. And, remember that these readings can be, since they are general collective, it can be something that's just kind of happening, kind of like all of us around, like kind of like what we're all kind of sharing. But it also can resonate on the individual level as well. Okay. But sometime in the past, seems like there might have been something that happened that, may have felt like it took all your strength, but you got through it, okay? And now you see your field of dreams. You know what is possible, okay? And it's like, there is movement now, okay? So you are either going on the journey, or you can see that, like, this field of plenty, this field, this these Easter eggs, like, whatever they are, okay, you have some berries, so, I mean, it can be about celebration, especially if you've been, you know, working together with people, or, you know, just wanting to have a get together. But there is, with the talisman here and movement, is like, there is like, you're being guided slash following what you were guided to do. Okay, there's like something that is drawing you. And like, you can even see here too, like, she's, there's my interruption. Okay, I'm back. um so I think I was saying with her, right? Like, you know, you can see she's, you know, kind of loosely, you know, dressed, kind of clothed. It's kind of like really kind of showing a lot about, you know, vulnerability. Okay, she's standing on like a rune. Okay, she has like a dragon on her arm, you know, and holding like, you know, the talisman. Okay, so there is like, there either has been, or like, you know, will be throughout Scorpio season, about you following, you know, where you're guided to go, or being that like beacon to others, you know. And so it does seem very magical. Like, I mean, with being in Scorpio, right? Like, the veil, you know, is definitely very thin. You know, between, you know, the spiritual and you know, like the 3D and the 5D, you know, it's very thin, you know, like, I mean, you know, why you think, you know, like seances and things like that happen, you know, during Halloween, right? You know. Anyways, so I'm gonna pull another, what message do you have from Wisdom of the Oracle that we can tell those who are drawn to this reading? What will help them right now and throughout Scorpio? Okay, so we have go the distance. Okay, so it did turn out in reverse. Okay, so can be that, you know, again, you know, with these connected, you know, it's about like, maybe you don't think that you can go the distance, you know, or that like with, you know, this, what was this? Okay, if we look at strength, right? Okay, this was in reverse as well, right? Where it's almost like, I give up, you know, it's like, I can't take, you know, the weight of the world anymore, versus kind of feeling like, yes, I can, right? Okay, so I do feel that, like, if there's anything that you think that you can't achieve, you can achieve it. You do have the strength to continue, okay? Okay, what we have here is about chop wood. Okay, chop wood is about, you know, doing the everyday ins and outs that is required in order to achieve your dream. Okay, sometimes it's about just taking one step in front of the other, you know, the baby steps. I always think of, what about Bob? Baby steps, baby steps. I can't explain the whole movie. I can go on forever about what about Bob. Okay. But if you remember that kind of thing, you know, it's basically like, yeah, okay, I guess I have to explain this part, you know. It isn't in the essence, but basically, you know, he, you know, is kind of afraid to, you know, move forward in life, or whatever the case is, afraid of everything, afraid to touch a handles, afraid of whatever, you know. And then he, like, you know, meets a psychiatrist that he obviously gets obsessed with, and but he encourages him to be like, okay, just take baby steps to the door. Okay, once you're at the door, walk through the door. Okay, once you're through the door, go to the elevator. Once you're at the, and so forth. And it's amazing of how much that's really impacted like my life, and how I've approached many things that I've, like, you know, signed up for or whatever. Like, I've done, you know, months long volunteer programs, and just left in a whim for kind of things. Anyways, so now I'm gonna go into a Celtic cross. Actually, I guess to sum that all up, right, is, if you don't think you have the strength, if you don't think you're going to be successful, there is magic in the air right now, okay? There is a blue moon next week over Halloween, okay? The veil, you know, between people, like, everything is really follow what you're guided to follow, okay? Because it's leading you to the field of dreams, or it's leading you to some kind of celebration because you did have the strength. Okay. So now I'm going to do a Celtic cross for anyone who's. What can we tell those who are drawn to watch this reading today? What can we help them stay in highest vibration and on their truest path? What can we tell them that help them today and throughout Scorpio season? I definitely have like hair in my eye. It's gonna annoy me. Anyways, okay. You guys got your costume set up? Planned yet? Okay. Okay. So, the present, you, in the situation, or whatever you're kind of dealing with. This should be hopefully resonate with you right now at the time that you're watching this reading. But I mean, this is a general reading, so, and time isn't fluid, right? And it can resonate at any time. Okay. Anyway, so the situation is about the Four of Swords. Okay. So Four of Swords is about rest. It's about healing. So I mean, like, definitely okay. So we had chop wood at the bottom, right? So I'm like, maybe it's, it is about doing the ins and outs of the everyday, right? But maybe there's been a lot of that. It just feel like there's been chores after chores and kind of like that, that you're like, oh, I just need a rest, And so this can represent you taking like a break, balancing the thoughts, balancing the swords, especially after something like there has been some kind of disappointment or some kind of heartbreak or some kind of breakup, or something that like it felt like you just couldn't go anymore, right? Like, this is the time of healing. This is the time where it's like reflecting and it's like, yes, you did survive, and you've transformed through that pain as well, like that disappointment or whatever happened. There's been a transformation. And of course, it's Scorpio season, but you can kind of almost like, it looks like she has like this, like it almost looks like butterfly wings, right? But at the same time, they kind of look torn, because like there was a disappointment, there was a battle, there was something, but you survived, okay? And you're resting, and if you haven't rested yet, this is a time to take a break, like maybe, all fours are about stability, right? And balancing the minds, so if it just feels like you've been going, it can be, like with the, what was that? Where are you? Okay, we have go the distance, right? Okay, since it was in reverse, right? And then we have rest as well. This can be like, stop what you're doing for a little bit and take a break, take a rest, it's because you've been doing a lot of hard work and you deserve it, okay? But the challenge here is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you could be dealing with, this could be someone you're dealing with. So all knights are, again, people that are on a journey. This person is really passionate. Okay, technically, okay, so I just put the deck down, and so at the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Pentacles. So that can be about a message or a gift or an opportunity, or we'll talk about that as we go along, okay? But okay, so we have the Four of Swords, which is about rest, okay? And we have a challenge about Knight of Wands. Okay. So this can be that you are healing from somebody who maybe has been, a little bit in and out, because again, not all, most knights don't make their goal, right? Like, so let's just say if this is somebody who's a little bit more immature and they're just like, okay, like I'm gonna do this, and then they never reach their destination. It's like, yeah, I'll be there, but they got distracted on the way, and but the knight follows the their passion, right? So this can be about, you know, and they're definitely really creative as well, right? Like, who knows, maybe their car broke down. You know, and it's just like, okay, but I'm gonna get there. You know, I'm gonna like train this bug, like in Pickle Rick. Do you know Pickle Rick with Rick and Morty? That's a good. Anyways, so so this can be about like either again yourself that like you know maybe you've gone distracted, you know, or it can be that you're dealing with somebody who's very passionate. Um, this could may like you could be healing from this person, you know, if they did hurt you, for example. You know, but this also can be like when I put them all together, I'm thinking about like the okay, I've been resting. I've been, you know, on a break or something like that. You know, I've been spending time with myself, you know, healing and all that kind of thing. But the challenge is now getting the motivation to have some fun, you know, because like maybe again, like if things have been really like all work and no play, right? You know, it's like, okay, do I really want to, you know, go out of my shell, you know, go out of like that safe haven, you know, where I've been kind of hiding for a little bit, you know? You know, am I ready to like go out at night or whatever the case is, right? Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is a basis too, right? Like, I mean, this is about, you know, a like an offer, a, a gift. It is about something that is tangible, you know? And so like I do like right now so far we have like okay, this is a basis of, you know, all pages are new, right? Like they are excitement, you know? And so it's like it is the start of building something. You know, it can be about money, it can be about, you know, it's like taking the initiative to start building after something was disappointing, maybe, you know. And this is also about having the skills, you know, like after like really learning, you know, and educating yourself, for example. Okay, well, where else are we going? So that was the challenge. Okay, what we also have as the basis is the Hierophant. Okay, so this is about, can be about morals, it can be about relationships, commitments, um, like this definitely can be, you know, something that like if there was a breakup or a separation from like say if you're fired from a job or whatever, it's kind of like so this can definitely work from being fired from a job, right? Because if you were fired from a job, you know, maybe you've been resting and healing, you know, like a lot of the slow motion right now, you know, with everything happening in COVID, right? You know, but you've been using this time to kind of learn and like develop your skills or something like that, right? And so now the challenge is like to take action on it, maybe. Okay. Or this can be like if this was a relationship, for example, you know, if something did, you know, like if you've been healing from some kind of disappointment in a relationship or a breakup, um, this can be the challenge about like whether or not, you know, to go out dating again, for example, you know, like whether or not to make an offer to somebody for a date. Okay. You know, if it's about work too, like if you're trying to think about making an offer, maybe it can be about, you know, doing like a project together, for example. Okay. And then that makes these all, well, I always remember them anyways, but I don't want to just be like looking for cards and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, okay, so the past that's influencing you right now, okay, something that you can also, maybe tap into. Like, I mean, it can be related to the situation, or it can be something that you've just learned in the past that can help you. Because, I mean, like, this is about, like, morals, contracts, um, higher levels of commitment, so I mean, like institutions in general, like maybe if you felt like you got, screwed over by the system or something like that, right? You know, anyways. But the past is, okay, we have the Eight of Swords. So, which is good. Okay, so like recently you were, feeling kind of like trapped in your thoughts, maybe overthinking, and like, especially if it's something like I don't have the strength, like to continue, right? And so like, so we have like, kind of being trapped in your thoughts, maybe, okay, when we're talking about movement and things like that, like maybe it's about like, do you have the strength to go after what you want? Do you really want it, kind of thing? Overthinking that. And I think now you're in a place where your mind is balanced. Okay, you're like, okay, I've gone out of that overthinking part. And the thing about this is that it was always like, if you kind of see here, it's like, okay, I'm like, there's all these swords down here that can like cause threats, right? Like, oh no. But like, just pull yourself in, right? You're not actually in any kind of harm. This is your own, melodramatic kind of overthinking, right? And so it's like, there was something that was trapped. You were overthinking about something, maybe not make this offer or like to learn this skill or to like, go after what you want, right? But now you're in a place where your like mind is balanced. You probably do know what you want, but it's like, okay, now I gotta put it in action, Okay. What you know or what you want. You want love. You want partnership. You know that there's a strong connection here. Okay? Like, it's hard to really think about this as being anything other than like a love situation. Like, I mean, again, love can be anything, like with friendship, um, like through family and stuff like that. But this is a strong soul connection. Again, this can be again like about a decision in terms of, your heart over your head, especially when you have, well, technically, yes, there is a heart over head decision right here because you have, overthinking about something, maybe about some kind of offer kind of thing, some kind of commitment, some kind of contract or something like that, and this is actually like taking the movement, going on the trip, like making the move, for example, and like, I mean, again, maybe if you're offered a job, for example, and it requires you to move, for example, but there is like a passionate connection here. There is like, especially with like how this depiction is, okay, they're like way in their embrace, right? Okay, and we are in the season. You want love and sex and passion. We are in the season. Okay? And it's like, maybe it's kind of like, okay, after you kind of been trapped in your head, maybe because, there definitely was probably some kind of pain, some kind of ending, okay, that you've been healing from, and now you are kind of balanced in the thoughts, right? And so there really is a thought of commitment here. And so either because you've been healing from some kind of commitment, and then therefore, you're like, okay, do I get myself out there? Or it's kind of like wondering, it's like, is this just like, is this just passion? Is this just sex? Or is there actually like something here? But like, okay, with commitment and love, lovers here, okay, this seems like a solid commitment, okay? And with the Page of Pentacles underneath, with offering something, this is offering something. If you're being offered something, after kind of a place of rest or anything like that, it does look like it's a solid offer. You know, I'm just gonna see what's under the page. Pentacles. Okay, this is victory. Okay, so I mean, like, again, if this is either about kind of some promotion, some kind of promotion, you know, which also could be a work and love situation ultimately with the like the two together, you know, or you know you have love and commitment on your end, and like it can be about somebody specific, or it can be um just again like whether or not to like get yourself out there, okay, but there is something about going the distance, you know, and that maybe you're at your destination. Okay, where you're heading to. Okay, it's 10 of Wands. Okay, so this is more passion, okay? But this is also about putting down a burden. This is also another destination like that you are. Like, okay, if you've been moving or going somewhere and traveling, it's like you're at your destination, you know, and it's time to put this burden down. You know, it's time to like whatever this challenge is, again, if it's about a hurt by somebody who may have like played with your heart, for example, and they could have been a player and they just kind of came in and coming out, right? It's time to put down this burden. Okay, it's like this is, and it's also time for fun, you know, because this is like having like this is an end of a long cycle, okay, in some aspect of your life, okay, and you know where you just been like picking up burdens and projects and all these kind of things, and there's like and again when you talk about the strength, right, like the strength card that came out, it's just like, can I take the weight of this anymore? And maybe you can't, like maybe like in the sense of like you just gotta go for it, you know, you just gotta do it and put down this burden, you know. And I do think, okay, there is some kind of magic in your hand or some kind of magic that you're following, okay, that's leading you to your field of dreams, okay. And I was like, if it's love that you want, if it's commitment, there's some kind of thing where it's like you're at your destination, just put these burdens down. You know, whatever that is, you know what, and it's going to be related to something that you have, you know, been overthinking in your head, you know, feeling like you can't move in one direction or another. It's like, if I move this way, you know, I don't know. If I move this way, I don't know. Okay. But again, it's like, because, you know, those aren't real threats. Just go back in the window, you know? Okay. And so it would have been something like that, that maybe like right now, or you're in the process of, you know, healing, resting, balancing the thoughts, okay? And now it's about movement, taking action, you know, off going on that date, you know, getting that job offer, you know, like something is happening, you know, and if you want, you know, love, it seems like you do. It could be a fire sign around you who would be really passionate. It could be a lot of fun. Okay. Okay, you in this situation. Okay, you are showing up as death. Okay, which means transformation. Okay, there's that butterfly, you know, wherever that butterfly is, because I just keep throwing these cards around, you know. So we're in Scorpio season. So I mean, again, if you are a Scorpio, like you're in your season, you know, like this is where you're feeling it, you know, and you're feeling your power, you're feeling the top of your game. Like, okay, if there was something that you were not feeling, of course, if you're a Scorpio, you know, and you weren't feeling the top form right now, like recently, you know, it's because things are probably, you know, sun is probably in your 12th house, and so it's a little bit more slower and like internal kind of thing. But now the sun is in your house, and it's just like, yeah, this is my season, right? Okay, but ultimately, this is the death card, so this is transformation, okay? This is like, but this is major arcana, so we do have. Okay, so we have three major arcanas here, and I've only pulled out 6 cards so far, right? Okay, so this is about like a big transformation, okay? You know, in some kind of commitment. So this is either about, you know, something has ended, Okay, but all endings lead to new beginnings, right? Okay, and it's probably in some kind of like love or marriage, and but you are transforming. Okay, you are healing. Like, I mean, if there was something that ended, like it may have ended a while ago, and it's like now you're seeing like the rebirth. You're seeing it's just like, you can't touch me anymore, like whatever the case is. I don't know, that's awesome, okay? Like, this is the time for it to, like, shed the old and go for the new, get that passion, especially if you've just been in your thoughts, especially if you've just been working so hard and it sounds like you have been, okay? And so your environment or what's around you, okay, is the Ten of Pentacles. So this can be, again, read in different ways, right? So, I mean, the Ten of Pentacles, this is about completions, right? This is about, legacy, being happy ever after, you kind of see like the father and son, or, different generations or whatever the case is, or playing, chess. They're playing on the back of somebody else, but, is that relevant? Okay. But like, yeah, so there definitely looks like there has been some kind of ending, like especially if there was like a breakup or something like that, you know. But it can also be about that, like around you is that there is that possibility to get this. So I don't know if you're basically like ending one relationship and then like and now you're healed and then you're just kind of like, okay, now I'm ready to date, and then now there's like a real opportunity around you, or this is just representing again, you know that there has been an ending in the in some kind of home family structure, that you have been recovering from, and that I think you're ready to get some fire back. Okay, so the Chariot. Okay, so this is your hopes. You're hoping for forward movement. Okay, you're hoping for success. Okay, like these are big, big changes. Okay, this is big. Like, I mean, something big is brewing. Okay, and something that like something you've been moving towards, you've been guided towards. Okay, it is about your like, going that distance, getting in that car, driving, it's like, that something successful is now brewing because there's been a huge transformation. Okay, and so you want success. I think you might want love. You might want partnership. You want some kind of commitment, and it does seem like it can be around you. Okay. And what we're kind of like heading, kind of like the outcome or whatever kind of thing is the Nine of Pentacles. So, okay. So this kind of like, so the outcome is Nine of Pentacles, okay? So this is about confidence. This is about, having your money, having your career set, success, so this is about, okay, if you're showing up as the Death card, right? Like, I mean, depending on where you are in the situation, right? Like, I mean, you can still be kind of like already thinking, because like, okay, this can be, for example, like after you've lost a job, for example, right? And you've been healing because that was really disappointing, right? But you've been gaining some skills, you've been, like upgrading your education, for example, right? And then like, now it's kind of like, okay, I gotta take action on this, right? Like, this project or this goal or whatever this case is, and where you are heading towards. Okay, it's like you want success. You know that you want some forward movement, okay? And it looks like you're gonna get it. definitely in a financial sense, okay, if you want to be an entrepreneur kind of thing, that is about it. But this is also about, okay, like, this can be about becoming single, you know, but like, I think that's probably already happened though. Like, depending on, like, again, if you've been, I think you were trapped in your head, but, now you're healing, whether, again, you ended it or someone ended it with you, okay, is that, but I mean, I think this is getting your confidence back, if anything. It's like either because around you is the Ten of Pentacles and the outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. So that is going from like that, family situation or like, feeling on top of the world back, or something, to being, you know, confident and single and, or an entrepreneur, but love or partnerships on your mind, maybe you want to start some kind of organization or something or start some kind of contract, okay, but you've been resting, you've been healing, okay, but it is now time for some action, it's time for some fun, it's time to put these burdens down, okay, we have a lot of tens here, so this is the Ten of Wands, okay, and the Ten of Pentacles here, okay, we have big transformation with the Death card, okay, and what you want is success, okay, and you're gonna get the success. Okay, so what kind of takeaway message? And I just saw the Ace of Cups there, so maybe there's a new love. Page of Pentacles, okay, so an offer, an opportunity, okay, there's an opportunity for your wish fulfillment, okay, this is, again, blue moon energy, it's like, what can you learn, or what can you offer, or what can you, like, what kind of gifts is going to come in, or something that is like, what is your wish, what is like your Nine of Cups, like, anyways, what kind of, and I think it's like, it's possible, your field of dreams is possible, okay, and it's about having the strength, okay, you do have the strength, okay. So what's the takeaway message that we have for those who are still watching? Ah! Okay, the strength, that's, I just kind of pulled out. Okay. That's also passion too, right? So, if you haven't had a libido lately, maybe that is going to change. Okay. We have the Six of Cups here, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, the Six of Cups, that is about innocence, that is about friendship, that is from, nostalgia, this can be connecting with a soulmate, okay, maybe this is all about that there is some kind of strong connection with somebody, okay, what's here, this is a Four of Cups, okay, so, and the Strength, okay, so the Four of Cups is usually about, like being bored and, but it can be about an unexpected offer too. And I do think that there's like something is yelling at you, okay, to, maybe connect to somebody from your past or from your childhood, or like this connection, I don't have them out anymore, but like might be so strong that you can't resist it anymore. Okay, and what we have here is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, and the Ten of Wands. So they both came out again. I don't know which way is which, but either way, it's about putting down a burden. Okay, it's about going after your happiness. Like, what is your wish come true? And what is this? I don't know what this is. Okay. Nine of Swords. Okay. So you might be stressing about this still, okay? So the Eight of Swords going to the Nine of Swords, right? Like, I mean, I guess it's, you have a choice, right? Like, after the Eight of Swords, like, I think most of you have gone to a place of, like, rest and, in a place where your mind is feeling okay, but I do feel like if you don't have this, if you there's something about strength here, you know, to go after something, to take movement, you know. It can be about this love, this soulmate, you know, that's going on this date, like whatever this case is, this partnership, right? And it does look like it's a warning, okay? Is that like if you don't do something about it, it can become the Nine of Swords, okay? Those are real stresses, you know, like can be missed opportunities. Okay, what's the takeaway message? I might have already asked this. I know I pulled away. I know I did something else, but whatever. What is this? Too many cards. Okay. Five of Pentacles, change. Okay, I'm gonna read these things. Okay, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, the Empress, Seven of Swords. Okay, this tells a story here. Okay, Empress here, she is the queen of all the queens. Underneath here is the Seven of Swords, okay? This is about, okay, another major arcana, by the way. Seven of Swords, this is about lies, deceits, okay? But in this case, too, it's almost like you're doing this to yourself. And it's like, you can get yourself out of this, right? And it's about making a decision, okay? This is Two of Wands. You know, in this case, he's really like, okay, if you had the Ace of Wands first, that's the inspiration, the idea, right? The Two of Wands, like this guy is creative. He's come up with a solution to like get whatever this is out of the ground, right? Okay? And you have the Knight of Swords. This is about taking action fast, you know, going after what you want, you know, the Knight of Swords, okay, with both these Knights of Swords and the Knight of Wands, okay, that's passion, that's communication, that's fast movement. That can be like something really, really quick. That can be something in 2 nights, you know, 2 nights, right? But it is about going fast, you know, and this is about, there's the Nine of Pentacles again, you know, so if this is about a job opportunity or about, you know, like getting some confidence, or is like about, you know, like it's about going fast to bring this change in, okay? There's Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, okay? And then we got the Empress that's just kind of going around, right? Okay, so there is about change, and there might be some kind of loss in order to get your wish, or wherever the case is, okay? But you know, like, you are secure. You're awesome. You're the Queen of Pentacles, you know? If you're not, it's about going after your queen, or I don't know. Anyways, it does seem like if things have been a little bit slow, you know, if things have been, you've been a little bit stuck in your head, you know, like if there's something that like ended, you know, you are having a massive transformation, okay? This is big. This is life changing, okay? So what are you being passionate about? Like what are you being called to do? Okay? What are you being driven to do? You know, like with the Chariot, you're gonna have success. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful. I have no idea what I said. And just like, have an awesome Scorpio season, and hope to see you soon. Bye.